Afternoon, Bob, Trade Genius, 13th of February. And for those that subscribe, we had some issue with our chat service, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. So as soon as we get that resolved with them, we'll have our live chat back up and running. And it's kind of weird because I couldn't really communicate with people today. So I hope it gets solved here pretty fast. But I want to show you guys something here. I'll jump back to this in a second. This is how crazy this is, and this is, I think, is kind of this is the blow off happening right here. Is that we've had 3 gap ups in a row on SPY on a market that's already at like $20 trillion of market capitalization. I mean, it's just incredibly overbought here, and I think this is all just a run up into Yellen's testimony tomorrow. But it's, I mean, we're getting to a point of ridiculousness now, because everybody thinks we have Santa Trump. The banks think he's going to get rid of all bank regulations. The exporters think he's going to erect trade barriers. The importers think he's going to keep the dollar strong. So the oil people think he's going to let people drill. The gold miners think he's going to be able to mine. And he's going to sweep away every obstacle. And then it's also going to give everybody a tax cut. I mean, that's literally the promises that are on the table. Now, I'm supportive of the guy, but I highly doubt that's all going to happen. And I highly doubt hardly any of that's going to happen this year. Remember, we're going to repeal and replace Obamacare? I hear it's crickets. We hear nothing now. So I just think reality is going to set in there pretty fast, and I think people are trying to just get this thing pushed up here and get the heck out. But once you get irrational, it gets irrational. So we'll see where this goes. Let me flip back to the 2-hour here, and we'll go through the charts here. So here we are with SPY, and it's two deviations over the VWAP here, and so it's it's pretty stretched as to where it normally likes to hover in regards to VWAP. So there's definitely a push here to to get some shorts to cover and give people some cover to get out of this market. So it's just it's crazy. I mean, this is like straight up. So we'll see if this is a bull flag for tomorrow. But Yellen speaks tomorrow, so who knows what's going to come out of her mouth. Let me just jump up real fast here. We got the financials have hit their wall, okay? And this is a divergence right here, my friends, okay? The momentum is waning as price is going up. So I'm expecting XLF to fall here pretty quickly. What can I say about the VIX? It's just been absolutely slaughtered. And I'll show you when we get to VIX, but that's just amazing to me. Nugget, hey, they can't sell the gold down, and it's lining up for another move higher. My suggestion is watch dust at 25 when it comes up in that area. If it starts to roll down to that, I think it'd be a great place to put another put on. There's GDX, looks good. Momentum's ready to recapture. It's holding its lows, and it's in a it's been a buy. So if you're a longer term holder, EEM, it looks like the market, and which is weird because the dollar was up again today, but it's also momentum double top, just rolling over. I'm expecting this to come back down too. Twitter, we bought Twitter today. A friend took a shot at it here, been watching it, and so we bought it 1550s area. And so just looking to try to grab 3 or 5% on it, see if we make a run up to 1650, and then hop off and see if we get paid on it. But it's pretty washed out, and it's back above the pivot again. CHK, we sold it last week. We're just gonna keep an eye on it here. Looks like it's setting up for another move higher, but I'm gonna watch XLE first to see if it breaks over the VWAP, or if that's going to be resistance and push all these guys down again. IWM, this is this is definitely a momentum lagging, and today it started to sell down. It's way overbought too, and so I'm looking for IWM to at least go back down to the VWAP here in the short term. What can I say about UVXY? Oh my gosh. UNG, we got stopped out. It just keeps grinding down. The weather's benign, and I think they're taking it down. I'm going to take another shot at it soon. The momentum is sornetting, as you can see. Probably have one more fade here and fall, and pop to buy this thing in the low sevens. But we will take another shot at this before winter's out. In SWN, and I'm holding it for the same reasons, natural gas play for me. And we got a bit of a buy signal on it. It's, we'll see if it goes anywhere. Talked about GDX, XIV, talked about vol. NAK had a nice run up. Now it's coming back down. If you guys like this thing, until we get our buy signal, 286 is where you want to hop back in again. When you get our buy signal, we'll add to it again. But this trade's going to pay and pay and pay. XLE, like I said, it's right at VWAP. We'll see if that pushes it back down, or if these producers and drillers are gonna break out. So I'm thinking maybe a down move back up and then up, but we'll see. Gold, hey, we like the action in gold, and so it's holding, and so we got another buy signal on today, and we actually bought IAU today. We'll get to that in a second. We also bought SRS today too. Just for the same reasons, is that it's pushed up, double topped here, momentum's waning. XLK, just watching it, it's definitely overbought. Dust, like I said, below 26. You might want to take a shot at some puts here, because I think the miners are going to be moving higher. Silver, holding up nicely. MOS, a trade I missed because of the earnings here, and I thought this was a fluke. It did this to me a couple times. They just hate chasing the market, but I think this was a blow off too again. I think it'll trace back down. Take a look at it again at 32. Okay, IAU we bought. We're profitable in the trade. We'll close that trade out around mid 12s if we can get our price, and we'll move our stop up accordingly. I'm still wondering why discretionary income producers are doing so well. Nobody has any discretionary income, so the big mystery to me. And you see the IRS refunds are in the floor. So so people who are poor, they get earned income tax credit refunds. They're not getting them for another month, and so it's going to cause more stress in that marketplace, and discretionary ETF is still driving higher. We're in SLW, flattish today. It's pretty much at our buy price, but we got a buy signal on it again at the end of the day. Keep an eye on it. XBI, we got stopped out of our short on this, and looks like it wants to roll over, and it's way overbought. So I'm still thinking mid 664 area is target for this. We're in AG. Down 7 cents from our buy price. Again, we're bullish on the miners, and we're ready for them to break out. Oil, playing Pong here. So oil had a bad day today after OPEC announced how substantially in compliance they were, and then oil fell. And so it's back below the VWAP, and it's right it's above its moving average. So I'm expecting probably maybe drift down and bounce again, but oil's been going nowhere, and people keep talking about $60 oil. Just don't see it. SH, my recommendation is get a 10% position in this and hold this when those that gap ups that we're seeing in the market, they'll all get retraced, and then some, because then the momos will be bailing fast. ERX, like I said, part XLE, keeping an eye on that VWAP and the moving average. The dollar, weird day, popped again, probably the yen people, and then it kind of faded a little bit. It needs to break down below this 25.80 area so that we can start getting the sell off in the dollar. It's just it's just causing a lot of dislocations. TWM, we're in TWM, bought it at the close on Friday, and it grinded back all day. So, like I said, we think small caps have run their course. DRIP, for those who like it, we've got to wait to see what XLE does. DBA, I said for all the food companies, ag, is I think we have a little bit of a short-term high here. And so I think we'll have opportunities to buy a little bit lower. Those I told people to buy ICL a while ago, kind of tuck it away. It's doing very well. If you're interested in adding to, the price is the add to is around 460 area. CRK, it's the same as the other natural gas plays. It's sitting off of the VWAP, and but it's been making lower highs, so it may fail. So I'm just kind of watching it for now. Wheat, like I said, at the beginning of the day today, I said I think it's a short-term sell for wheat and corn, JJG and DBA. I think we had a great run, so I'm looking for this thing to retrace back down into the 715, 725 area. Coffee, I've just set it on the shelf. I've just not been able to trade this thing well, and so so I'm just kind of keeping an eye on it, but it's oversold, but it sure looks like it could fall again. We're in SILJ, pretty much where we bought it, again for the same reasons, and we'll see. We'll see if we get this thing to lift. JJG, we talked about the ags. Corn, same. Sugar, we bought sugar today, and I've been waiting a long time, keeping an eye on it, but it's at the bottom of its channel. And if the dollar rolls over, we'll get a nice push on sugar. And it's the first time I've traded it individually, so we'll see if I can get a good introductory trade out of this. Talked about the yen. It's pushing back up over VWAP here. It's underneath its moving average, but this whole thing with the Japanese is going to have to relent soon. It's causing too many issues, and I think it will. SRS, we bought SRS, talked about that, and we're a little underwater on the trade right now, but not at our stop. This is the Momo buyer's guide, XLG. It didn't disappoint, but we're having divergence here with the its momentum versus the price. The VIX, and I think they're going to try to sell it off again tomorrow. It's just amazing to me. We'll see. We'll see if this flattens out or if this comes back down again. But they're just using this thing as an ATM machine. And the VVIX was, look at this. This is the volatility of the volatility. Basically, there is none. And so they just keep bringing it down. But, the interesting thing here is whenever these things get low like this, puts a little bit of a brake on the upward ascent of the market. And then we're back to XLF. So this is Bob, Trade Genius. Hope you guys have a great day. We'll see what Yellen brings tomorrow. The ES is like right at a swing high. and we'll see if we get any kind of selling tonight on it at all, or if they're gonna gap this thing up into Yellen's testimony. Anyway, catch you guys later. Thanks. Bye.